I think the biggest lesson is, just kind of the underlying thing in all of it is that in order to survive on this mechanical life support system in space, along with my fellow, teammates up there, the way we survived, and I would argue thrived, was by behaving like crewmates, by just all of the basic things that go into appreciating the environment you're in, treating that with the respect it deserves, as well as the respect the fellow life that's sharing that place with you deserves. And that's what I think is the predominant message that I brought back, for myself, that I'm trying to build into my own life every day is, okay, how can I be a better crewmate? And then trying to encourage everyone to understand that it's a very different thing to be a passenger than it is to be a crew. When astronauts have free time, they're going to be in front of the window. And if you weren't a photographer before you went to space, you're going to become one. You want to capture that, the stunning awesomeness of your home planet, to remember it yourself, because you're like trying to do those little, in your brain memories, but you want to capture it and you want to share it. And I think that, as we're floating there together, that was probably where, we have these conversations up there as this international mix of crew members, looking at Earth, solving all of the world's problems, up there, and considering what we're seeing as, whether we're looking at glaciers in Patagonia or we're looking at fires that, that are moving across a particular area of the planet, or watching the dust from one side of Earth move over, from the deserts in Africa, move to the rainforests in South America, seeing this vibrant, the lightning strikes that look like the neurons firing in brains, just like wrapping around the planet. You get the sense that it's alive, and then all these things that quite honestly look really beautiful from space may not be so beautiful for the life that's experiencing it down on the planet. And that's the reality check, I think, that happens. And it's why I think there's a lot of meaning in this idea that we really do, as crew, have the power to create a future for all life on Earth that's as beautiful as it looks from space. And we could sit down and spend hours talking about this, but absolutely everything that's going on there is ultimately about improving life on Earth. And when you look at kind of this public-private partnership that's going on now between NASA and ESA and Russia, even the Canadians, Japanese, with a company like SpaceX that's now transporting crew members to the space station. The ultimate goal in it all is not just to transport crew members to the space station. The ultimate goal in what Bezos is doing with Blue Origin is not suborbital flights for people to go up, float 3 minutes looking at Earth, having their awe and wonder moment, their Earthrise moment, I would say. They will get that, and I think that's important. But ultimately, Bezos is about building a system that allows us to lift a lot of the industry, a lot of the problems that we're trying to overcome the challenges of here on Earth, to lift it off planet to the benign environment of space and generate all the electricity that everyone here on Earth needs without the impacts here on Earth. That's a pretty big thing to do. It's a revolutionary thing to do. And at this point, it's going to take the baby steps of the billionaires or the others who are doing these little flights to space, and to get the technology in place to enable that bigger, grander, and I would argue really, really important and positively influencing impact on our future.